Hello, everyone, and welcome to another draft here on Going Optimal. We're going to hit Throne of Eldraine. We just finished an M21, but M21 narrowly beat out Throne, so we're going to come in here and do some Eldraine, which has been really fun to do with human drafts. It's a much better format when you're not trying to play the bots, and having a lot of fun with it. Mixed success, had some good runs, had some ugly runs, but certainly happy to be drafting with humans in Throne of Eldraine on Magic the Gathering Arena. And it looks like they're doing a cycle of this, like we're coming up on Dominaria. We're going to get some human Dominaria drafts again on Arena later this week. So I'm super excited about that. And if you see any of these cards in Eldraine and it reminds you of that sweet deck you meant to build or whatever, you know you can find the singles from Eldraine at cardkingdom.com and get there through my panels down below. That lets them know you got there from here and helps support my stream as you purchase Magic cards for your tabletop fun. And I want to thank my sponsor for all of their support. I need to reach out to Kevin, my buddy there at Card Kingdom, and check in with him, see how we're doing, see if Card Kingdom is happy with how things are going here. I'm certainly happy with Card Kingdom every time I use them, though, and certainly want you to keep them on your radar when you're thinking about a physical Magic purchase. And if you do decide that Card Kingdom is the place that has earned your business, please remember my affiliate link and hook me up with the referral that basically comes through when you use that link. All right. Thanks, Card Kingdom. Let's see what the weight is like and what pack 1 is like. Eldraine's an interesting limited format. It rewards dedication to a single color more than most sets. There are avenues to go mono white. We played in Eldraine yesterday against some fellow streamers and ended up mono white, and it was a pretty good deck. I guess it was mono. Did we splash anything? No, it was mono. Yeah, one of the things that was good about it is it allowed us to run 4 of the Granges, the plains land that throws counters around. That's quite a results difference, Queen. The 50 to 60 in Ikoria versus 30-something in M21. Not sure how much you draft. It could just be quantity variance, that your sample size isn't big enough. But maybe there's something about those formats that sometimes you're locked in on a format. Sometimes you can't find your way. Okie doke. Arcanist Owl was in our mono white deck from yesterday. Ayara is one of those plants for potentially mono black, but I don't think it's particularly a good place to start. What is, though? This is kind of a garbage pack. Not kind of. This is a garbage pack. Like, Outflank and Owl are my 2 top cards here, even over Ayara. So I guess I'll start with another Owl. I seriously think Owl is better than the abstract than Ayara. So I'm going to take the Owl. Secret Keeper. We could be the evil we want to see in the world. Try to wheel some of this other blue stuff. We got a Slaying Fire, though. Bell of the Ball. Slaying Fire does not go with Arcanist Owl. We're unlikely to play both Slaying Fire and Owl, which is one reason to consider Keeper or Pumpkin. But if this, I'm kind of with Haj. If this deck is open, this is an equivalent pick to this, and it does actually go with our first one. I'm going to take first Keeper. It's one of those things where we're either not going to play this or be incredibly happy to have taken it first. So this doesn't mean we're a mill deck, but it means I'm giving ourselves the option to be. Here's the card I took first yesterday that I think chat was right to say I overvalued. There were some green cards I could have taken instead. I think this card is good, but I think yesterday kind of proved, even though we didn't really play it because we ended up not in red, the fact that she couldn't draw us into red was part of the issue there. Queen, or now again, what are we doing here? We take outflank to keep on this 2-color theme, but if we're secret keeping, I don't like that. Boy, these packs have been rough. I mean, I think I do take Surkara. I hear chat from yesterday, but I think it's the best hedge in this pack. I don't like anything else better, so I'm going to take it. Now we got a Witching Well. Trapped in the Tower. Can be found by Arcanist Owl. So Witching Well and Trapped, both findable by Owl. Timnos like the outflank. If I knew 100% we weren't going to fall into red, then sure, I like the outflank too. But here, I think we take Trapped on the strength of the Owl. Finding it. The Witching Wells are good, but tend to go late. So I'm going to take Trapped. Tactician is strong in a white deck, but Sprite may be the more flexible card to take here. But maybe not. I mean, I think if we like the Trapped, we need the Tactician. If we want to be milling, then we go with the Sprite. But I think Tactician is good enough. With the Trapped and the Owl and the Tactician, maybe we do or don't play the Keeper, but Tactician sends us towards blue-white skies in a way that I think is interesting. Let's take it. All right, and then Flutterfox. So let's cut the Knight. Didn't say please would be considerable. Is, you know, something we would consider running, but Fox is the clear pick here. Another Keeper, or a So Tiny. I'm going to take another Keeper. If we end up blue-white skies, you can do worse than you know, the 0-4 blocker. But let's yeah, and it's gone through the table, so nobody else wants this, right? Wow. Animating Fairy or the Witching Well to animate. I think we take the uncommon. I really want some Witching Wells, though. But Wells, again, they just tend to go around, I've found. And this is common, uncommon. We'll do it this way. Here's an outflank that I'm going to take over a dummy. So Tiny with the Keepers is excellent removal, so we're going to take that over the Vision. There are other ways to draw cards. We would rather have Wells. We don't really want Unexplained Vision in this deck, honestly. We want Wishing Wells. Yeah, Tiny is findable by Owl. Great point. Sanctuary could be playable, but probably another outflank. I think we're white enough here that I want the outflank. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I love that. I love how this is coming together now. In fact, I'm going to put this in the board. I really don't think we're playing it. We really don't want a Vision. We might play a Mantle. If we get another Animating Fairy, I think I would be willing to play a Mantle, but I'm not playing it yet. Into the Story is more card draw that in a form I don't want. I want the Charm Sleep here. I'm going to keep looking for Witching Wells on the card draw and avoiding sorceries and instants. Another Tacky Tack. Yeah, I don't think anything else here competes. And a Guide Mother is all right for what we're up to, but another Secret Keeper. So we're kind of got a mixed strategy here, but it's okay. It's okay. If we get a ton of Keepers, though, we can back off on aggro cards and move more towards control. But then you get this, and all right, I guess we are the evil today. We're going to take another keeper and move towards control. Yeah, tactician can be defensive, and maybe that's acceptable. We are the evil. Mwah, ah, ah, ah. Scavengers playable here. I think so, Tron. But maybe 7 Oppos are AFK. I don't know. Well, that keeper hedge has paid off. We have a real mill deck in the works. We need to focus on the parts that work best with that now. So we're looking for Didn't Say Please. We're looking for Run Away Together. Clover would be awesome. Yep, yep. Oh, wow. Animating Fairy number 2. I think, boy, we are doing 2 different decks here, but real. I know hat, but like, I think we just want the tiny. Like, I just want to make these 5 keepers work now, and that's why So Tiny is where I'm at. Too much good stuff. Oh my god, I've got Twizzlers for hair. Didn't Say Please is important, but I can't pass up a 2-for-1. Maybe I'm being stubborn, but this is so good, people. We have Charm Sleep, we have 2 So Tinies, we have a Witching Well. It's real good. You think so, Haj? Okay. Well, we'll see. I love this owl. I say that if I was wrong to take owl, it can't possibly have been too wrong. What did I take the? I don't worry about the story either. I don't think the story matters. I should have taken it though. You're right. No, I should have taken it. I think I was distracted by my other talky talk. But we have plenty of draw, right? It's not going to be something that we're like, well, Ryan, if you had taken that draw 4, then this deck would be good. You know, we're at where we're at. Tower more important than tactician for what we're up to. We could end up mono. It's possible mono, but splashing a couple of trapped in the towers in this deck wouldn't be the worst. And bad pack, nothing else for us. Findable by Owl again. Sure, we do Ganmore, but is that really? I mean, boy, maybe we wheel this owl based on the other ones, and we should just take keeper number 6 or Fae of Wishes. I guess 6 keepers is just like hard to lose with, right? So we'll just do this and take whatever we wheel. Merfolk actually solid in this type of deck. Just helps gum up the ground. Mirror copy of artifact or enchantment. I mean, this is effectively more removal. We can copy all this removal we've got. What do you think? Mermaid or Merfolk? Not a super relevant pick. Maybe neither of these make the cut. Yeah, I guess we'll go with just don't think we need 2s, right? I mean, we got 6 of the dang keepers now. Oh, well. All right. Well, now what do you want? This might tempt some. This actually looks, Sign Chaser, this is the deck for it. Quote, it's going to be a 3/3 or whatever, but it's still not what we need. We want Runaway Together or DSP. I'm curious what people want. I mean, you could, I hear it, like, people want Runaway Together to reset keepers. Keep in mind we have 6 of them. We have 0 counters. I'm going to take the Didn't Say Please because we already have 6 keepers, and the primary job of this, in my mind, is to increase your keeper count. Another interesting spot. Emery, pretty late here. Gets back Cauldron and Well, so we'll take Emery. Eleonora is pretty good too, but I think Emery is even better with the Cauldron and the Well. And Artifact, yeah, Owl's an Artifact too. I think we got to take the Emery there and then follow up with this Well over the Pumpkin. No, I mean, it's not. It combos with Well, which we got another one of, Cauldron, and even the Owls, as observed. So, combos with a lot more than just the Cauldron. Queen of Ice is probably good enough here. We want the Henge. That's true, Mike. We might be just mono enough to just play the Henge instead. But I like the freeze there for some control aspect. Take a Gargoyle to cast again and again, but it's probably not going to die that much. I'm actually going to take a second Scavengers. I don't think we play both, but I don't think we need the other one. The Owl does come back. Yeah, that's a good point, Mike. I wasn't considering Emery in that choice. Opt, Guide Mother. Boy, we have different ways to go. We can go with this. I don't think we're playing either of these. I'll take the Opt. Mantle's number million not going in either. Yeah, I'm not worried about Mill and best of 3. We could sideboard in. Well, let's start by seeing what mono looks like. I mean, we just go mono blue. What's green? What's white getting us? Trapped. We get a couple trapped in the towers that we don't really need. Cut a Mantle. Scavengers. Yeah, I like going down to Scavengers. And then Paladin, it's a 3/3 flyer for 4. I guess we can just run it for sometimes we win that way, sometimes it's defense. You cut an Opt, or I think we run 1 Scavengers and that's okay. But I think we can cut an Opt here. Opt isn't doing anything in our deck particularly. Mike, I was eyeing the Queen too. Queen or Opt. Anybody? I'll put Scavengers as possible. We can play 1 Vision. Well, I can put Vision on the pile too. We do have 2 Wells and the ability to recur them. And anything else deserving of possible cutting? I mean, these are the early job of defense, but we do have 6 keepers, so we could also make an argument that we don't need additional early defense in addition to the keepers. I don't think we need to splash for trapped. I think we just lose our smoothness for not enough gain. Yeah. So here's our, yeah, let's keep the monitor in. I'm in for that, keeping the monitor. And I want your suggestions here. And I think, yeah, so I'm going to, what's the cut? Is it Opt? Folk for Merfolk, Ice for Queen of Ice, Vision, or Moon? 5 options to cut. Curious where people are at. I don't think there's a bad card in this deck, David, for accomplishing our goal. Corridor Monitor and Merfolk, for example, or Queen of Ice are medium cards in a traditional approach, but I think in a dedicated mill deck like this, they're fine. I like all of these cards. Paladin is an interesting alternate take. I didn't put it in the pile, but I could understand why someone might go there. Opt is the voted cut. I'm going to do it while taking Haj's note, or was it Mike's note, that Opt, finding something better, finding being a dig deeper for more secret keepers is more appealing than freezing something with the queen. But I will start with chat's direction, and then we will consider coming back to cut the queen later. And evil. We have 6. Maybe there's some 666 joke here. Evil secret. I don't like this name. I don't like any of your names either, though, so I'm going to keep this and go. Let's do a cool land, though. Oh, I have we're mono, and oh, this is the wrong account, though, so I don't even have cool lands. Never mind. We got the lands we got. This isn't the main account where I have a nice mana selection. Millionaire is good. I'll do that. All right. Millionaire is nice and subtle. I like that. People won't get it. I think people are onto the secret, so. Mike pointing out fun Emery and monitor combo. I don't know what you're hoping for, Timber. There's just not much on this account. You'd literally just be picking a different island, which I get. Okay, but this is cool. I salute you, Nick Southam. That's a sweet island. Everybody loves the first turn venture deeper, right? Do you like this one too? Oppo trying to get us dead quick. I get it. Hopefully we can race that. No value animating fairy. So aka Windrake. Seems fine here. Fine, but not exciting. Brute having to spend a lot of mana to get in those, so hopefully that holds down their growth a bit. Sucky to have a turn 4 with a 1 mana play and that's it. But we'll do this. We do have a deck that has the capability to win with damage, so these spots kind of say, what do you want to do here? I'm going to leave the fairy back because I would trade it off for like the Rimrock Knight or something rather than just put Secret Keepers on the block. So I'm going to say... Yeah, as Mike says, we represent actual trades with the fairy instead of just, well, attack through the 0 power, right? I was knocking the non-well card draw, but I'm pretty happy to resolve a vision coming up. The lack of attack from Brute suggests to me that what we're getting here is a Rimrock trading for the fairy, and then a 4-drop follow-up from Oppo. And... well, I was going to go Vision, but might as well, instead of drawing and scrying, let's just go ahead and play the Owl and actually get on board and maybe find something to draw as well. Some... oh, come on. This deck has so many hits. Yeah, So Tiny is what I was hoping for, but we swung and missed. Or another Owl. We got 3 Owls in this deck. Good thing with a spare island here, we have, with a couple of So Tinies, we're pretty likely to find one soon. We're digging pretty deep. 6 cards deep plus a draw, so we're going to see 7 cards before we draw. Or if we want to look for removal, we can see 7 total cards. Oh, yeah. I was thinking I got to scry first, but I don't. But, let's see. That's too bad. I want to bury the owl so I can go get it with the other owl, but I'm just going to keep the owl and bury the lands. That means we draw the owl, so... but that's okay. We get to cast a couple owls. In this case, also... let's see. 19... 25, 4 other Secret Keepers in the deck. They're not milling us. I'm going to stay defensive. I believe we still win through milling and not damage. Especially with more owls showing up soon. Yeah, it's not that that was worse per se. It's just not what I was expecting. It's not what I thought the card did, so I was a little... surprised by the result. All right. Prevent 2? Or do we need to chump? We could also, we could do something like this. That's not where I tried to block. Oh, we can't block. They made that unblockable. Okay, that's why. So then we either need to prevent 4 or prevent 2. I'm going to keep the blockers. We'll just prevent 2 for right now. We got some defense coming up. We can owl and freeze here. And so we're going to rage down. This pumps, I guess. Oh, no, this does 2. This sacks stuff to deal 2. I'm thinking of a different knight. So let's owl, see what's there, and then be ready. Then we'll queen the guardian. Or, yeah. Or definitely taking the charm sleep over the additional card draw. We have some card draw here. We can just sleep the guardian now. They get to sacrifice it to throw 2 damage around. It's sacrifice another, so if we charm sleep, they can still do the ability. Trying to decide where this sleep goes. We could also queen the guardian and just hold and worry about what to do with sleep next turn. I think I'll do that. And I'm going to pin down the guardian first. Yeah, this sends at creatures, but we need to keep it in mind that they can throw 2 damage onto any of our creatures at the cost of one of theirs. I believe the Headhunter is consensus worst uncommon knight. People don't like the green-white one either, but I think the Headhunter is the least appealing of the lot, for sure. No, it's not. I mean, it's attacked successfully, if that's something, but it's not been an impressive card or anything. Scavengers says we could throw back the Headhunter and just reset them on that track a little bit, and then having a 4/5 blocks everything. So I'm going to do that. Well, we could owl plus sleep. But yeah, I like this. We're going to do this. Heck, I could start attacking for damage now. The owl is not blocking anything. We've got the ground done, so yeah, I'm going to start attacking. Even though I don't think this is how we win, but the Ginger Brute may need to see some charming sleep as well. Owl does trade with the 4/2, but I'm not expecting attacks. I'm expecting them to not be able to tag into this. Maybe I shouldn't, though. I mean, they could play this and threaten to kill it. All right, I'll wait. I'll stay patient. We may have to do something about this Ginger Brute, though. 8-turn clock currently. We'll take a little more from the Brute and then deal with it if we have to. We have Sleep, we have Owl to find so tiny, etc. Well, no, because it's random. If it were when it's specifically ordered, we know. But these are the 3 random cards, the 3 cards we didn't take or whatever. Yeah, if they sleep it, they'll sack it with Hunter, but then it'll be dead. 16, 8 mana, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can do all of these 3 things. So let's start with the Owl. See if there's a change in plans based on what the Owl hits. So tiny it is. And that means we could go So Tiny Queen instead of Keeper Sleep. Yeah, we could Tiny the Headhunter. What does that do then? Tiny and Sleep. Well, what do we want to sleep? Tiny Cookie, sleep the Headhunter? What do we sleep then? Sleep the 4-2. Well, 4-2 is the biggest thing they've got. Headhunter can't kill us, gang. It goes to creatures. Sleeping the Ginger Brute. So somebody suggested waiting for them to Rimrock the Ginger Brute and then So Tiny it, which I kind of like. So I'm going to... well, we're not attacking, so I can actually buy us some time with a no attack. And I think I like... Well, they know we have the So Tiny, so never mind. That doesn't work. They're not going to fall for it. Doesn't matter. I'll do Charm Sleep now on the Brute, and we'll save the So Tiny to see if they want to... if they do any attacks from here. Mike says sleep the 4-2. I don't think it matters, Mike, because they saw both cards. They knew about both the Charm Sleep and the So Tiny, so I don't know what shenanigans we're pulling exactly. And I like So Tiny on something that may have higher power to where the -6 matters. Although, you know, doesn't really matter, I guess. This is effectively going to be as good as Charm Sleep for how we're trying to win this game. Could be reanimation here. Obviously, that didn't do much, but if they can bring the cookie back, that I understand that play. All right. Well, I like offering 1 for 1 here. I like double blocking the Menace with the O4s and going ahead and offering this trade here, seeing if they want to do anything, and then we can throw a So Tiny down if we feel like saving something. But that makes them use the Headhunter here if they want. They got 1 activation. That's true. We could go double block like this and try to get that dead too. That's good. I like that. Sure. And we could just not offer the Scavengers then and put a Secret Keeper on the Witches. What about this? Just let this live. Yeah, I like this. Good changes, chat. This is a better block. We know they have a Rimrock. They know we have a Tiny. So let's see what this looks like, though. Right now, I don't care about that. We're still letting this happen. I mean, we could save it, but I don't see why. I just want to keep their creatures clear, and the fact that we get to leave a So Tiny and a Scavengers after all the dust settles is great to me. So I'm going to just let this happen. I don't even care about the sack. Mike wanted to use the Tiny. I like saving the Tiny here. Oppo is at 15. We're at 20. I don't think we need flyers. I mean, this is red-black, and we're not even trying to win via damage. Great response to Mill, of course. But at least we have a Secret Keeper to undo a bunch of their restocking. We were in a good spot. Now we're in a tricky spot, but not a dead one. Headhunter on top doesn't even worry me that much. It's not that effective on this board. Yeah, it just takes a while to order. We don't know what they put on top. Looks like a dwarf. A tiny one up. We have plenty of mana. We don't need to do it now. Now, I don't know if that leaves us with info about what's on top, but we're doing this. Yeah, Brute back in the graveyard is good. So Tiny on defense is good. Holding a land in case of single discard. I don't know what it would be, but I'm just playing it safe. Yeah, I've got a lot of good cards we haven't seen. I mean, the deck is full of good cards. It's got some question, some debatable bottom end, but the overall, good stuff here. And, of course, we do still have a lot of land left in the deck. I'm going to keep 2 lands for the... well, it doesn't matter. If they go for the Reaper or whatever, we can still cast the So Tiny. So maybe I'll keep these to continue to pretend. I don't know. Because we may want to... If they go Reaper, we may need the So Tiny for the Reaper, for the eventual creature behind it. So yeah, I'll leave this as protection against that. And we'll keep looking for our ways to win. Yeah, Ganmore's offering Witching Well card draw as a reason to keep playing our lands out, but I think even a Witching Well we're going to have plenty of mana to operate within, and I'd rather play around Devastating Reaper of the Abyss. I think that's what it's called. Where's that? Valmire Knight sends in. I might just offer the Queen for it. Queen's not doing much here. Reaper of Night, thank you. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, I will. Queen for Foulmire. I'm in. Merfolk for some more blocking. They should be about 14 now. Yeah, 14. Yeah, I mean, use a Queen of Ice or use a So Tiny. I felt So Tiny was more valuable. Yeah, 3 power is Dees here. 7 dwarves. Currently, trade. That's pretty big. And it defeats our So Tiny because they get to keep throwing it around on stuff. Huge draw for Oppo. Could turn the game around. Well, they don't all go this long, Queen, but we are playing a strategy that is trying to drive the game long. Maybe it's bad news. We have a lot of chumps in there at 13 cards. If we draw a couple of our keepers, didn't say please or whatever, I think we'll be all right. Interesting. So they just want to chuck that at the merfolk, I guess. Okay. I mean, we can't really stop it. I mean, this merfolk. Yep, that's the plan. So tiny the headhunter once it attacks. Wow, going for it. All right, well, we got to do this. And this. And let's go here. And here. Taking 3, going to 4, and eating 1 creature. Hodge says, wait, what are we playing around, Hodge? Are you worried about this card and this mana? That's true. Okay, good call. Yep, yeah, we want to shrink dwarves. Good call. Oh, I tried to switch it. You saw. It didn't work. Let's try that again. All right. Good call, Hodge. Good call, Mike. Good call, anybody else who saw it. Emery, hello. Hello. I'll watch us self-mill all of our mill. But we're going to try to get Emery going in time. Up against it a little bit, but help us, Emery. You're our only hope. One keeper, 1 well. We can actually get the well back, though. And now I'm going to play lands. Yeah, maybe. Go for it. Chuck something at Emery. Yeah, we still got to buy time, right? I'm not going to not cast our stuff. We can make some choices. Time to do some chumping, though. There goes Emery. Well, that's a thing. Maybe we're not dead. I don't think we're going to make it, though. I think we're a little bit slow. Bieber says, nice draw. It's not the worst. I don't know. If I don't want this, I don't know what I want, but we're still in trouble, is my point. Yeah, no, we didn't expect value from Emery. We expected to force them to make some resource choices about it. So we got that value. What are we looking for? We have a didn't say please that would help. 1 more keeper, a so tiny, a witching well, a corridor monitor, a didn't say please, and 5 more lands. So we're like 50-50 to draw lands, and not looking great. Man, this deck looks so good to me, but this Steel Claw Lance is really what turned the corner for Oppo. Take the Lance off the table, and I think we win this handily. The Lance is Oppo's MVP. And that is not it. All right, Oppo, good work. You beat the evil mill deck. Applause for Oppo. One card, though. One card. No Steel Claw Lance, and that's our win. You think it's Forever Young? I don't even think it mattered as much as the Steel Claw did, Mike. I mean, it's the combo, right? I think if no Steel Claw or no Forever Young, and we win for sure. Either of those two were critical. All right. Probably only going to play 1 or 2 more games, depending on how long this one takes, and then we're actually going to do another draft. So, YouTube friends, I should have mentioned it up front. I'll put it in the notes, so hopefully those of you watching on YouTube already know that this was coming. But my intention here is to draft this, play it a couple times, and throw it up on YouTube without finishing it. And when I do finish the event, I'll try to update the YouTube video with the final result, if you're curious about that. But it is likely that this is going to go up to YouTube without completion, so keep that in mind. Good game, Dre. We gave you a little applause. That Forever Young and then the Lance were enough to defeat the evil. Good work. But now I'm going to go take it out on all of the people in the losers bracket here. Deck. I'm going to go Witching Well and set up our draws. Then next turn we can go keep the Keeper, both sides of the Keeper, and then Animating Fairy after that. Kind of need both of these. Yeah, just going to leave them both. Looks good. Yeah, good luck, Dre. Keep crushing. I'm going to do both sides of Keeper as opposed to like another Well, since we already know one of the cards, the Scry 2 is diminished, so we're going to wait until that Scry 2 is at its full force again. Well, we got 4 spells, 0 lands. Hopefully, they were looking for spells. Animating Fairy could get this Witching Well attacking. So Tiny left up can solve a red cap situation. I kind of like Keeper, hold up Tiny here. But we could just get going and start attacking with the Well. It's not the worst. I just think we're doing well with our basic strategy. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Let's keep the core strategy going. Mike says animate. I'm going to stick with the mill strategy is what we're up to. And go ahead. We could Well right now if you want. Actually, we don't have land coming up. Maybe we just need to do a Well. I'm going to do Well instead. And we'll take a hit from the red cap. It's okay. Yeah, I'm glad I did that, because I want to find land, so I'm going to bin both of these. Yeah, what is going... Okay, so something's still up with my audio. I don't know. I got to do some sort of fix for this. Wasn't a trade though, right? Yeah. This got us on that, but that's all right. Now we have So Tiny Didn't Say Please plus Well Crack. So there's all sorts of things we can do here. But I'm not going to do the Bring to Life yet. All right, thanks, Fantasia. I'd like to find out it was you, not me. We still have to act. So there's sometimes reasons like if we had a bounce, I would block and make him do something. But we don't even have a bounce. If we block, we still have to act first. So in that case, I'm going to use the So Tiny now to see if our block is still good, or if we need to, and we don't. So you see no block. Man, getting dumped on stream, that's got to be a new one. Animate and So Tiny to blow out their attack, but this is sorcery. Did you mean this as instant speed? Or that you would have just made a 4/4 to potentially blow out their attack? Yeah, that's right, because then they might want to trade with the Witching Well. Is that what you mean, Mike? Sorry, I got distracted and let that resolve. Although, honestly, I think I would let that resolve. I'm going to save the Didn't Say Please for something we can't handle. This doesn't really concern me. So I like the hold there. And I'm going to hold it again. I'm going to not do the Animating Fairy play. We're going to do more milling and then hold up the DSP. Yeah, I think if I had been paying better attention, I would have considered the DSP and declined. But again, it's a little loose to not have even considered it because I was distracted. We're also going to telegraph here. We're not playing a Secret Keeper. Why not? Mike, like well activation DSP. That's fair, because if we don't DSP, we would be happy to crack one of these wells. But now that's worth countering, I think. I mean, even that Keeper is not... Like, we could let this happen and still have good blocks. I mean, you could make an argument for just letting this happen. They're low on cards, though. Yeah, all right, we'll let it go. Yeah, I don't care that we're telegraphing a DSP. We telegraphed the DSP when we didn't cast the Keeper, but it doesn't matter. I mean, that may be why they cast this, right? They have something awesome and they're trying to draw out our DSP. Now we can play the Keeper and have DSP and Wellcrack mana, so we're going to do that. Brute is interesting because it does get through our defenses, but it doubles up with the ferocity. I'm actually going to DSP this. They could follow with something even bigger and scarier, but we can't block this, and it attacks for 2, so we got to stop it. I hear you, Hat. It feels baity, and I'm worried about what comes down now, but that's good bait, because we got to stop that. 2 power unblockable is something we can't deal with very well. There you go. Yeah, they baited us really well, but I think we were put in a spot where we had to. Haj says, take it. Take it once. Mike agrees. Well, if Mike and Haj agree, I'll take it. I just feel like we're going to chump there eventually anyway, so kind of whatever, but could crack a well. You want to cast the fairy, though, or animate a well? You want to swing with well. Untap with monitor. Okay. All right, I like it. That's a good line. It's kind of a weird situation where we get an attack that's unusual for us, but we'll take it. We could win with damage. It's not impossible. And they're at 11 deck damage, though. I bet we deck him before we kill him. And I'm going to chump a keeper here and then offer the fairy as a chump next turn. I'm going to trade with well. I don't want to trade with the well when it can draw us cards. I'm going to chump right now. Huh, Mike offers the well too. I don't know, I'm chumping now. I guess trample is a thing. Oh, that's nice. That's a pretty good draw, huh? Queening the Deathless Knight gives us some time. And even attack with the well. And the monitor doesn't do anything, so we'll just attack with the well. And get the fairy on. Yeah, queen or fairy are very similar. This one can attack better, though, so that's why I went with the better attacker. Since we might try to get here on damage. Charmed Sleep is kind of perfect for that pesky Deathless Knight. Let's offer an attack with the well and the fairy first, though. Yeah, I could have added a block to take the... I didn't process the trample. That's a good call from Eliatori. I blocked as though Oppo's creature didn't have trample. I don't know if Grumgully has to be dealt with eventually. We'll see what they draw. They're now top decking with us having an advantage on board. Yeah, that's true. We could hold the well back to threaten trading with Grumgully and just send the flyer for right now. But we also have play Queen of Ice, block with Monitor and Queen, and threaten 3 damage on the Grumgully. So let's go ahead and still make the attack. I can play the Queen and double block. I like that. That's true. This didn't lock down forever. We could chump though and then charm. Or we can charm. And charm the knight and chump Grum. That saves more damage, so we'll do that this turn. All right, that's dead. Yeah, that's quite the mana oppressive card in a red-green deck for sure. You could even just take this 4 ahead of the queen block. So I'm going to bounce, take, and go for the queen block next turn, go to 3 here. They're out of cards. Alternative play. We can just send Grumgully back for a turn. Oh, we don't have 6 yet. Never mind. I was like, oh, we don't have 6 mana. Oops. But we can go queen and follow our original plan, which is what I'm going to do here. Oh, sorry. That was a distraction. I should have attacked with the air from the air. Yeah, that was bad. Sorry. Giving up damage at the wrong times. Playing like a chump. But none of these are chumps. There is an attempt to trade here. They should be at 8. Let's see if that costs us. All right, we found our land for the scavengers. I won't fail to attack this time. The question is, do we attack with the corridor monitor? I think with scavengers and keeper, we can attack with both. We're sending the Acolyte back anyway. We could send... it is creature, so it's got to be the Acolyte. Hey, Andu, welcome. Should be at 5 right now. Instead, they're at 7. So I'm like giving them extra time. That kind of sucks. Keep looking for an opportunity to crack the well, and then I keep drawing stuff that makes me not want to. This is no exception. I'm going to start with the Arcanist Owl in case we happen to draw something relevant, and then send the fairy at least. Probably everything with power, though. Scaldron seems fine. Send everything with power seems good. Now red has some haste, and this provides trample to non-humans. But we have 7 points of toughness to withstand a bunch of potential attacking power here. And having them at 1 makes all of our creatures lethal, which I really like. Tron thinks maybe our win percentage changes a little higher to leave this back and have them at 2. And there you go. So let's not lose sight of the fact that my sloppy attacks cost the game. Well, if they made blocks, at least we made them have to do that block. Yeah, it looks like Oppo and I both didn't do Magic any great service on that one. A lot of mistakes on both sides. But I had a game-losing mistake. I mean, you could argue that had I not made that mistake and we won, then we were simply we won on Oppo's mistakes. But hey, that's the game, making fewer mistakes than your opponents. Unbelievable to me that this is 0-2. Granted, it's 0-2 on me, but I'm surprised that it was even close. I would think we would crush with this deck. I threatened to only play 2 games, but I am either going to finish this or at least end on a win, okay? Let's go back in. Thank you, Doc. 11 months, closing in on true sub-anniversary. That's awesome. We don't have bombs as much as we have 6 Secret Keepers, a bunch of enchantment and artifact removal, and 3 Arcanist Owls. I like this deck a lot. I didn't run I can't remember if I ran a power poll, but I would have put this as like a 4-win kind of deck. So I'm a little, more than a little disappointed, but also, again, more than a little disappointed that we are only 0-2 because of my punt. It's not always a game of inches, but it is often a game of inches, and that's when those tiny, tiny skill differences make all the difference. This is a nice keep, though. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, this looks like an 0-2 bracket deck to me. I don't. This is suspect. These first 3 I like. Then into the bake into a pie is suspect. But we've been there too. I'm not. I have no idea what Oppo's choices were and how they ended up here. Could be absolutely correct for these 3 cards to be in this deck. We need us some land, though. I'm going to go Emery and hope we find... Well, Emery could be force-eaten by the Rider. That's a little worrisome. But it's a trade. And then our hand is pretty good after that. And they still have to, like, literally find the food. Although I expect this deck can make food. That seems like what they're doing. Still a trade. It's just that this is a powerful effect if we can get it going, right, Mike? Like, I don't want to trade Emery. I would like Emery to take over this game. But I don't want to do nothing. And Secret Keeper is a little underwhelming. Let's do it. Let's make him have the food and make him decide to use it and then still take the trade. The well's in the graveyard, though, so if we get a chance, I will immediately cast that well. No food, 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 no food. No food! No sleep, no food, no sleep, no food. Wow, that's a weird thing to wish for. Yes, no sleep and no food. All right. Seems like they don't have it. If they suddenly show us dead Emery, that would surprise me. I am, of course, going to try and take this trade while it's possible. Of course, once we have Emery untapped, she can tap in response to any kind of food effort, but I still would like to have this trade made. Merfolk for Rider or Trick is fine. Yeah, that's true. Mike observes there's no mana involved in this, so you don't even need mana up to be able to tap and save. All right, so that's what they were thinking about doing. We didn't end up with a runaway together, so I believe that is just stuck, right? We don't have any... yeah, Moonlit Scavengers works on opposing creatures. And literally, I guess we could... Nah, yeah, we're done. That thing's never coming back. Sorry, Emery. Thanks for your service. Oh, Monitor. Thank you, Mike. Monitor would give us 1 run with the Emery. That's a good point. But let's go... well, these are both 3/3 flyers. This one... Well, I guess maybe the Arcanist Owl would have been better. I don't know. It's vulnerable to artifact removal. There wasn't much difference there. Savvy Hunter. Good card. We're gonna look for a So Tiny or something. We're just talking about that Monitor and how it can give us an activation of Emery. That's cool. I love it. Put a Keeper down. And yeah, I'll send Paladin and offer a block on the Hunter if they attack. That seems like a stretch, true, but Hat is saying the same thing. Do you see that as clever or good? Or both? Like, play Monitor, untap, and then we, the Monitor dies, but then all we're doing is looping the Monitor, which doesn't seem like the value we should be chasing. I'm gonna go Owl again. Yeah. I mean, we're getting our mill pieces, but I think we're just gonna crush in the air here. Yeah. I mean, I think we should keep the Secret Keeper too, I suppose. Do we, though? I mean, it doesn't matter. If we keep the Owl, we're gonna bin away the... we're gonna send away this Keeper anyway, so I'm just gonna do this. There's no reason to top the Keeper if we're topping the Owl and intend to cast it next turn. Even them killing 1 flyer here doesn't really change the clock. I guess they have virtual life in Savvy Hunter attacks. Seems like there's an air quote splash going on here that's not really a splash, whether it's black or green. But we don't know what they ended up with. Sometimes you end up stretching your mana out of necessity from what the game is presented. Swing with only 2 flyers. Why? What are we worried about back the other way? You just don't want him to make more food or something? Well, at the time that was indicated, I'm sure we had our 3rd flyer out. I think we can race that. I guess it doesn't matter. I guess 3 a turn, but it's using their mana. If they need to spend 2 mana and an attack and, just to nullify one of our attackers, I think that it does. It makes a 2 mana difference, which is not no difference, Andu, right? Also, we do get a new owl to block. That's true. But in the abstract, just answering philosophically that question that Andu was asking, I think we still would do it to make them use mana. Well, Andu's point, guards, is that attacking for 3 in the air doesn't matter if it allows them to attack with the hunter and gain 3 back. I'm saying it does because it still forces them to use 2 mana a turn to do that. Cauldron even slots in here for taking care of that hunter eventually, which I still like better than the Secret Keeper. You could call them a virtual 14. If they eat this food, and food they create off 1 more hunter attack, they actually have 14 life. But it takes up their whole turn, and then we have Scaldron for the hunter. Deck health is 23 to 20. We've done card drawing, so we're actually deeper into our deck than our opponent is, even though we're playing 6 Secret Keepers. And considering the long game, we do have the Scaldron. But I think if we offer the trade on the hunter, that's fine. Then either we kill it with the owl, or they have something and then we try it with the cauldron. We take whatever chances we are offered to kill the hunter. True wants to make it bounce. I think they probably do something to save the hunter here. Wow, they're doing that. Seems great for us. I think they wanted 6 life. Maybe they just didn't have the mana. Again, the mana situation for them is tough. Yeah, we're stolen by the Fae. Look at that move. Pretty good, huh? So now we are going to set up our defenses. Well, 6 mana. I like sending the owl. If they chump, they get 1. If they put 3 on, we get 3 out of the way, and then our other 3/3 is fine. And we'll keep on in the air, but we'll drop the corridor monitor and untap our Emery. And I like we can recast an owl with Emery. A lot of bakes. I guess when you have a million bakes, you go for a, quote, black splash. Makes some sense. Yeah, and Scavengers only an opponent controls, or we could rescue our own Emery. We could go ahead and just kill a token. But yeah, let's just get an owl back, right? That was always the plan here. I like it. Charmed Sleep for us. I'm gonna mill him, though. See a puzzle? They had Acolyte. I gave him credit for the block, but maybe I should have made him do it. Or did they tap Acolyte? I thought Acolyte was untapped, so I didn't bother. Oh, sorry. I was thinking Acolyte was up. Didn't look. Right, tap for the bake. Playing my lands, though, with the well out. We're going to tap down a Witch Stalker. Don't want to bounce it. Tap Witch Stalker, crack Well, or Cauldron. Got the air swing. They should be at 4. Missed an attack again, so we can consider them at a virtual 4. But we got lots of tools here, so hopefully this time it won't cost us, but yeah, maybe it will. Missing damage since 2000 or since 1994, right here. Serpent would be another good splash, but I just think all the bakes we've seen do a pretty good job of explaining the heavy black splash. Yeah, now I don't know how we're going to win. They're as close to being dead as damage given the virtual life as they are being decked at 11. Almost exactly. 5 plus 6 or 11. Well, they kept a couple on the top. Sure would like to find another Secret Keeper and undo their careful scrying. And to that end, I'm going to cash in the well as opposed to kill something with Cauldron. Well, Unexplained Vision actually should be pretty good here in helping find something. All right, there's the keeper I was looking for, and we get another keeper on top. Let's see what they stacked, huh? What were you up to, Oppo? Yeah, True is playing around some narrow stuff that I didn't, but looks like they wanted Deathless Knight and Witch Stalker off the top there. Makes sense. And we go Keeper and have Tiny. This is not tapped, so I will only send the flyer. All right. Sometimes, Mike, sometimes I come through. Not always, you know. Broken clock, etc. So Tiny's going to be a great answer to this 4-power recurring threat. Do they have any sacrifice? I don't see any sack outlets. Yeah, 4-color good stuff, I guess. Spinning Wheel and Acolyte are clearly important cards for Oppo's plan. But also we're in the O2 bracket, so let's say that maybe Oppo's 4-color experiment not going as well as they would like, much as ours is not going as well as we would like. Make them commit to the attack and then tiny it up. Again, doing this to make sure it sticks before we decide if and how we block. Looks like they're down to 6. Make that 1. Yeah, we'll do that. I'm going to mill them first, though. We're going to bounce the Raider and let them try and go out on their own terms. Normally, you don't bounce a value creature, but in this case, it's value for us and not for them. Hey, who called it? Very good call. Are we still live? We're still live, though, right? They can't, like, kill us. Nice. Very good call. Yeah, Forever Young Splash would just be like, all right, this was not our draft. Apparently 6 Secret Keepers, not enough Secret Keepers. That can't be blocked. I'm going to throw a Keeper on the Deathless Knight in case they're doing something where they remove the enchantment and intend to get us for extra 4. Yeah, Haj, you know, I mentioned it in the draft and was saying Runaway Together wasn't going to be hypercritical for us because we had such a density of these Secret Keepers. But in the end, the interaction of just bouncing Oppo's stuff has been a lot more important than I was giving it credit for when we were talking about the that one specific pick. So we got there, but good call, Haj. Like, even with 6 keepers, the Runaway Together is really important interaction for the deck. Because, you know, salty. Or the rub-ins. Sorry, Oppo, I'm just being silly. Evil has come up with one. There we go. Forever Young is a sorcery, though, right? Yeah. All right, well, I expected much better after 3 games with this deck, honestly, but I'm glad we picked up 1, and I'm still sad I punted away 1. But that's at least enough of a showing of this deck. You know, one thing that's nice about putting up these videos is that maybe I'll try and get this one up today. I'll jump it ahead. The thing is, this is going away, so it's not exactly the most relevant content by the time I get the draft video up, but hopefully you had some fun watching a little partial here. And I'm going to call this one done for YouTube purposes, and I'll come and finish this tonight and try to get our value and let you know how we did. Thanks for hanging out for a little partial mill draft there, YouTube. See ya.